Stay on target. You are still 1 speed less than them, so it's going to be a hard check. But you are far better at this, perhaps, than Zian is. So the dice pool set up. If you want to go ahead and roll your gain the advantage check.
Time to make him eat my fucking space dust.
Yeah, believe you.
Thank you for relieving me, Dad.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Oof.
Yeah.
Cool. So you do gain the advantage, which means that you get to choose. Do you want to like bring it in behind them because you know they've after being shot at and actually taking damage, they're probably gonna like angle frontwards, right? Like they're gonna be more scared of getting shot by you. So you can like take advantage of that situation and get in behind them and make it so they have less shielding on that side.
I do that.
Okay, yeah. So I think that it's cool narratively to like being like, okay, you've got the advantage. You see an opportunity to do it, because it's their turn now. Because I think they would go next.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think they are going to take some shots at you.
Wait, aren't I behind them?
Well, no. So I'm holding that for when it actually happens because I think that their maneuver is going to be to, or actually, is that a maneuver? I actually don't even know. Hold on. Do they have to take an action to angle shields?
Yeah.
No, the angle shields is a maneuver. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they you see, and the dash. This is probably what gives it to you, right? Is like you see their shields begin like coming towards the front, and that's how you know, okay, they're weak from behind. And so you begin to make your maneuver. They follow you, and they're going to shoot at you, but then your maneuver will complete, obviously, because you have the advantage right now.
This is a great plan. It's working out great.
So let's see here. Let's go to the tie. And there's still 2 of them up, so they don't lose anything. And this should work appropriately. Except you guys have 1 shield in the rear, right?
I think.
Yes.
E9.
Yeah, but if he has gained the advantage, he can choose.
No, I'm saying they're shooting at. Oh, you can also choose which they shoot at?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. Okay, there you go. Cool.
Rear?
So, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's 1 on each side, so.
Or is it?
Because nobody angled it. Because there's only 2 of you on the ship.
Right.
So, yeah, so they're going to get 1 increased.
No, there's a black die.
Yeah, 1 black dice here for that. And then it's going to be an average check. Okay, cool.
Someone pass the popcorn.
Going to shoot.
Oh, no.
Okay. So here's the funny thing that happens here. The success means you are going to get hit for 6 damage, which you guys have some armor on that ship, I believe, right?
Yes, we do.
How much armor is on the ship?
Let me check.
4 armor.
4 armor.
Okay, so you
Nice.
take 2 strain because they're ion cannons, right? You don't take
Wait,
whole damage.
strain, the ship takes
Ship-
strain?
ship
or
strain.
System strain.
Yeah, system strain. Sorry, it's called system strain on the ship.
I gotcha.
However, they actually build up enough threat there that I think you see like the first one fires that sound that the ion cannon makes. The ship gets hit and it kind of wobbles a little bit, and Zian, as you're making way to the gunner seat, you like kind of wobble side to side a little bit. And the second one shoots and misses, but then there's some like combustion, and you see the ship kind of like blur out, and then it falls dead and just starts kind of ambling through space.
Rip.
And disables its own ship.
Good.
Not dead, but hey, you didn't have to kill him. It's great,
Right, that's good.
Yeah.
And that is the equivalent of their turn. So
Zion,
then-
would you please?
So then you complete your maneuver, you get in behind him, and it is a PC turn now. So who's up first? Sand, are you gonna?
Zion, would you please?
I can try. I mean,
So, in order to because you don't have that special skill that Dash does to get into the gunner seat from its 2 maneuvers, because it's a maneuver to get there and a maneuver to get in, and then you can take a shot. So you can add 2 strain. If that's something you want to do.
I'll take the strain on that.
Yeah, and then
Character sheet.
You can just add it by your token too, or should be able to.
Oh, okay. I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
So the cool thing is here is you're not going to get that additional black dice because the gain the advantage was successful. And so in this instance, you're at close range, so it's just going to be an easy check for you.
Okay.
And man, I don't think there's anything else. I think that's just it.
I would say black die for either not having ever fired a weapon like this or being kind of averse to violence in the first place.
I can certainly add that. Yeah, and it's like so I think it's important to talk about here that it's not against the code to defend yourself,
right?
In or against your personal code at least, to defend yourself in this situation. But yeah, it is like you have to do it with the intent of taking a life, otherwise it won't work, right?
Right.
So why don't you go ahead and make that check?
Right.
They have to deal with that, right? They have to deal with that conflict of, is this a liable life to take? Like,
I mean, Anakin does it all the time, and he's okay.
I mean, is he really though? Like,
he's the chosen one. He can balance that shit.
I mean, I don't think he's really okay though. So...
I don't know.
He basically
the guy who turns into Darth Vader as someone who had it together.
Yeah, perhaps
he was basically a Dark Jedi at the beginning of like Attack of the Clones.
Perhaps we shouldn't use Anakin Skywalker as our basis for a moral compass, okay?
Anakin, best Jedi.
I wouldn't even say Solo was the best.
He did bring balance to the Force.
He did. You know, that's my argument always. Is he totally brought balance
point of view
by killing every other.
Bad. Jason's the one that went ham.
Anyway.
Yeah, but I like Jason.
So that's true. I do also like Jason. So it's a miss, obviously. You send some bolts flying across the bow, but you do get some advantage. What
would it be? Well, let me just check this handy dandy cheat sheet.
Yeah, that's why I have them there.
Yeah, I want to use those advantage to give a setback to the tie that I'm shooting at.
Absolutely, yeah, that's great. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. Let me. I think that's gonna be red. We'll mark that with a red, so I know he's got a setback for his next turn. Yeah, that's great. So you make him veer off course, right? And that's kind of what makes this. He's gonna have a setback dice on his next check.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think it's great. Which brings us to NPCs. I think that the only important one here is the one that's still aboard the Lambda.
Important.
And
the one lying on the floor.
Yeah, the one lying on the floor. He's not unconscious yet. But I think that, man, he's in a desperate situation here. So I think he's just going to start shooting from his prone position. Because he doesn't, and that's obviously going to add setback to his roll. And obviously you're still engaged as well, so it's going to be I think that's what a hard check anyway. Trying to shoot while you're engaged.
If he has a regular blaster, so I think it's
ranged light versus melee is three purples, so a hard check already. So very very low chance he's going to make this, but you know what? Remember what I said? You can have 50 purple dice. They might all roll blanks. Or no.
Never know.
So let's in his character sheet here. Naval Trooper, range light. And he's down to only one.
I think it should just be average. Engage with range light. If he had range heavy weapons, it should be hard.
Oh, I must be looking at it wrong then. Yeah, that's fine. Average is fine. Also, there's only one of them, so he's not even that good at it anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that like he's like got his hand up and his eyes are closed and he's just like shooting at the ceiling of the Lambda shuttle. And Ken, you're probably just like standing there, just like looking at him. Like
Really,
he's
just twitching his head slightly.
yeah, he's nowhere even close. He's just firing into nothingness.
So I kind of just want to stamp my foot down.
Yeah, do you just want to just like put him out of his misery?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me fix the dice pool here.
Sure
You
to
get
jump
you're gonna get a boost because he's prone. He didn't even use a maneuver to get up. He said, "Fuck that shit."
I'm gonna aim as well.
Okay, yeah. So that's 2 boosts, and it's gonna be it's actually 3 boosts because he's also still got a ranged weapon in his hand. He's not like defending himself. So there you go.
All right.
Go ahead and roll it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the scene? I feel like the scene is we see just like the upper torso of Kin. How do you deal with this naval trooper?
I'm kind of thinking this is something that Mouse and Cian wouldn't want to see. So the camera just sees Kin's foot raising up, and then as he sharply brings it down, the camera just focuses on his face, and there's a stream of blood just flowing.
And it's just like the like passive no emotion droid face, right? Like
Yep. Yeah.
Like the like does even the like the pupils or the what do they call them the photosensors like do they even dilate or anything, or is it just like
No, that's just standard routine.
Yeah, standard routine. And then you just walk off, and I think that's like an appropriately brutal moment. I'm just
gonna walk off and try to man the shields or something.
Yeah, try to do something. Absolutely. Cool.
Two best teams piloting the 2 ships. This is
Killing team and the flying team.
Yeah.
yes.
All right. So it's a PC turn. So Mouse and Jax, either one of you wants to go. Mouse, remember you could get to the hangar, and then maybe Jax, you could get over there and.
I sure can. I'd
Is
like
that
to get
a
to the hangar.
check for him to land, or how did it work?
Yeah, it's gonna be a piloting check for him not to blow up on the side of the ship, but it's not gonna be particularly hard. I don't think. Yeah, it's a
I
rental.
care more about the rental than you guys.
So
I mean, I care more about the rental than you because I'm on it. Like you're like, don't scratch it. I'm like,
that's a
flux,
valid
can
point.
I survive space?
Yeah, that's a good point. Valid.
Don't worry, I will take good care of this rental. I'm just gonna go to the hangar as indicated by Mouse to pick up my Deveronian friend. So if I need to make a check, tell me. Otherwise,
no, I don't think so in this particular moment because it's just flying, right? And there's nothing particular in the way. It's a simple check. I don't think it would be anything. It's probably there's probably gonna be a check to like land and get Mouse on board, but just getting to the hangar, I think you could use this turn to do that.
All right. Now, what about 2 questions? One, if I didn't want to land it, if I just wanted to hover in the hangar,
I mean,
would there be a check involved?
It would probably be a check on Mouse's side to not get crushed.
Makes sense.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She's great at coordination, though.
No, we can cross that bridge. We have other things we can do there.
We'll cross that.
Okay, I'm gonna use my incidental.
Okay, yeah.
To message the other ship and be like, guys, I'm about to pick up Mouse. I am not gonna be able to plot a course out of here, so I need someone to send me coordinates for where I'm jumping this thing.
Yeah.
As an incidental, Jack Dash says on it as he quickly works on.
Yeah. You can totally
works on coordinates while he's still flying behind the TIE Revenant ship type thing.
Not multitasking though.
Yeah. Kin is just worried about the blood.
Yeah, I'm really interested in Mouse's reaction when she gets on this ship.
So it would be easy to say that that Jackson Mouse, you use your turns to get to the hangar. To be in. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's absolutely 100% okay. So I think at Mouse, you've successfully evaded everyone, all the bad guys. They'll probably like figure out eventually that they need to backtrack, but you're safe for a couple of turns. And you come like bursting into the hangar, and it's pretty dark in here. And you said you were gonna light it up. You were gonna turn it on so they could see
Yeah, I was gonna
the
light
lights.
up the.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna light up the hangar, like the. Like when outside of a hangar, there's usually like lights or something.
Yeah, there's like floodlights and stuff. Yeah, so that they can identify where they're supposed to be. Yeah, so you run over to the shield and like you get into the console. Not gonna require a check, and you turn on the lights. And I think we see Jax. You see the floodlights like turn on. Like, hey, this is where I'm at. And you bring the ship around in that area. And why don't you just go ahead and make the roll right now, Jax, to see if we're going to not scrape up the ship too badly.
So this is what I want to know. What is going to be easier for me, to land the ship or to open the hatch while it's hovering and use my grapple launcher to grab Mouse and pull her aloft?
Definitely landing, I think.
All right, let's land the ship.
Yeah, so you navigate in, and then the wings fold up like the Lambda does, right? They fold up, and the landing gear comes out. It's an easy piloting space check.
That's
but,
so much easier than what I was suggesting.
But I'm going to use a dark side point to upgrade it once.
What? Why are you doing that? I'm going to use a light side point to upgrade it once.
No
Should be fine.
Actually, should I bother? I was just being petty.
You can be petty if you want. I don't care.
Balance the force.
No. We'll keep. We'll have the event. All right. So can I roll?
Do you want to use it or not?
No, I'm not going to use it.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
No problem.
Fuck the dark side.
No problem. So yeah, you cruise in, and you actually land it like somewhat expertly. It's you kind of skid slowly to a halt.
Can I use the advantage to keep it primed so that I can just take off and go as soon as Mouse gets on and the doors are closed?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Absolutely, you can use the advantage.
As the hatch opens, body just rolls out.
Yeah, you just like kick the two bodies down the ramp.
Yeah. One bloodied and one missing a head, and then the other.
Yeah. So Mouse, you kind of like go running up the ramp, and like you see the bodies just kind of fall out. They're fine. I'm sure they're sleeping.
No. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people die before, so.
Oh. Makes sense.
So you get to the top of the ramp, and you go to burn some lines in the sky there, Jax. And I think that as you pull out of the as you launch out of the hangar, we see the other Lambda come out of the other hangar.
Oh no. This ain't gonna be good.
They've gotten their turn now, and they can come in and maybe do something here.
Yeah, cool.
So you guys are probably like over here now. The other Lambda, it's not that close to you yet. It's also not that big.
Yeah.
It's a super Lambda.
I'm gonna come eat you.
Yeah, and that's their turn. Their turn is just getting out of the hangar.
Cool.
Certainly, as long as you guys don't
can we
fiddle around.
Can we just say that we were tactically sound, and can we swap those positions?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool.
I don't really care. So we get back to the top of the order once again for perhaps the final time, depending on what happens. Now, remember, anybody can go in any order. So, for example, Zian, you could just like take your shot right now and try and end it here. Since you already have the advantage, you already have the gain the advantage. The flying thing is not really a thing that needs to be done, and also it would free up Dash to do other things if you're successful, maybe.
Yeah.
Or not. It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm just throwing out suggestions because just to make sure everybody's aware. So if you want to do that, it's gonna be an easy check here. I'm gonna give you that black dice that you so love. However, and I think that is.
I mean, if I manage to hit and kill this guy, that's getting a heap and helping of conflict.
Yeah. Do you want to use a destiny point
to try and Cat, stop.
Yes.
Well,
Sorry.
Can't tell
I'm
her
gonna
not to
go
do it.
early. I'm
She's
sorry.
like, no. She's like, no. Yeah, let's try and finish this off one way or
Can
the
you guys
other.
hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. You're on the
That's
ship now.
fine.
You're safe-ish.
Yeah. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
No problem.
Yeah,
fine.
we're totally gonna just pilot this right.
Yeah,
Something.
absolutely.
Later.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
you're using the Force, right? Like that's why I asked, is because do you want to do the Luke Skywalker thing essentially and
Yeah.
figure it out here?
All right.
So why don't you go ahead and make me that gunnery check based on the ship sheet, right? Right. Put your name in there and all that other fun stuff. Hey.
Nicely done.
So 7 damage on this guy, since there was some carryover. You fire, and the first couple of blasts like fly past, and he like swerves and comes in and out, and then it almost looks like he might fly into one, and I think we see the wing kind of explode out, and the vehicle goes spinning off. And you, I mean, for all intents and purposes. The vehicle goes careening off in a direction and appears to be no longer an issue for you.
Does it look like it's dead, exploded, and gone, or like maybe he survived? Maybe.
I think he does the Darth Vader thing, where his wing is blasted off. I mean, the disadvantage here is if nobody comes to save him, he's super dead.
Right. But there's a lambda coming in.
There's a chance. Yes.
It's kind of Anakin keeps the I trust spinning. That's a good trick at the very end, right?
Again, I'm not sure we should
Vader.
use Anakin as our moral compass. To be fair. But that eliminates NPC turn, and I think that eliminates this one because that's the one I was using for him mostly. Bringing us to a PC turn. So, Dash, you said you were going to try and plot a course, right?
Yes, I will.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Since you're plotting the course for both ships, and you're no longer in like a combat scenario, so it's not like super stressful for you. It's just going to be an average check. But I'm going to upgrade it because you're plotting for both ships. And on a despair, there's going to be some complications with the other ship.
This isn't going to be good.
So if you want to do an astrogation check, got everything set up for you.
Oh no! Wait, don't they cancel each other out?
So no, they don't.
No.
So I've already designated what the despair is going to be, which is there's going to be some.
The best roll.
There's going to be some complications. Also, you technically fail. So your astrogation is not going to work. But you do gain a lot of advantage, and you get to have something cool happen. So this is going to take. I think this particular roll is going to take a little bit of talking here. So with your 3 advantage and a triumph, what do you think might happen there? What do you think might be a good thing that doesn't just cancel out what I've designated for the despair? And obviously you don't get what you want.
Well, the thing is, like, we managed to, like, I see, like, something like, it's great. I just give a thumbs up to Zayan. I can see he's conflicted, and I just say for the comms, okay, guys, here's the coordinates. See you on the flip side. And as he then presses the hyperspace button, ready to just get the fuck out of there. That's what he was thinking was gonna happen.
Yeah. So you, I should ask you, where were you intended to jump to?
Corellia.
Okay, well that's obviously not where you're going to end up.
Great.
But I think
like
that
random.
Yeah. Oh no, it'll be random for sure.
This will be great.
In the direction of Corellia, kind of. You know, when we're working with space dimensions, we have all different types of axes to plot a course on.
Do you even get to hyperspace, or is it?
So I'm gonna rule it that he gets to hyperspace. But he gets to hyperspace, and Jax, you punch in the coordinates, and it says to you, star chart's not updated.
What?
So
yeah, I just have a minute to say.
Yeah, so
I got a bad feeling about this.
So Dash, you're working on the ship with the star charts that are on your ship, which are 100 years outdated.
Oh no!
I got a bad feeling about this.
And so Jax, when you get those coordinates, you're like, that's a sun. Like,
oh, no.
I don't like that's not a place I can jump to.
It's fine. Suns break you out of hyperspace. It's all good.
No.
So Jax, you have the option here to punch that in or try it yourself. It's up to you.
Mouse.
Mouse.
So I'm gonna call Mouse.
Yeah, I can roll. I can make a roll for Mouse here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, man, indeed, yes. Can we leave now? Where to, Plox?
Yeah.
I'm gonna help.
So the plan probably was that you were supposed to go back to Corellia, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was probably the plan. So Mouse can make an astrogation check here.
Yeah.
But since all of that bad stuff came in, there's gonna be some complications, I think. Going to.
So what's the advantages and triumph on this?
Yeah, well, that's a good. So I think that
so the triumph was that they got to go
to hyperspace, right?
The advantage was they're going in generally the right direction. The despair is that the stuff they gave us is incorrect.
Yeah, it's totally
wrong. It's unusable.
Yeah,
so not only are they not gonna. So not only are they not going to end up where they think they are going to end up, but we have no idea where they will end up.
Yeah, and also you don't have a way to jump out.
Mouse can do some astrogational things. She's smart.
Mouse has a good option here. So Mouse it's going to be an average check for Mouse. You guys aren't currently under fire. I'm going to add a black dice though because Mouse has been under some stress and strain of some other things that have come up, like seeing bodies being dumped off the back of a ship. So I think we'll make this roll and we'll see if you guys can make it to where you're intended to go, or if we'll have to see the adventures of how Dash or we'll do a montage of where Dash and Zian end up, and then eventually
please
get
tell
them
me
back.
We're not gonna actually have to be split up for a whole session.
No, absolutely not. I'm not a dumb GM.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's my mousey!
So Mouse is accurately able to give you a correct course to Corellia.
Sweet.
So you have that. You can punch it in and hit it.
Yeah. Sweet. Done.
Cool. Absolutely. So you punch it and hit it, and I think that the final scene we see here on this page is the Lambda kind of like comes out, and it sees you jump off. And we see the captain like with his fist, his hands are balled up into a fist, and he looks to his crew, what's remaining of it, which is not many, and he's like, "You will go pick up the rest. We'll find them later." And the Lambda turns around and goes to pick up the rest of the troops that are on board the derelict spaceship.
I don't think they'll find me. I don't know where I
am.
Anyway.
And the search for Major Andre continues.
Yeah, the search for Major Andre continues. So I think that we get like a little bit of like an epilogue thing here where you guys have successfully made it out. You've acquired a ship that is not a rental, which is great. But I think that we see the line stop, and we see Dash, you and Zian, and Dash, you immediately like look at the sensors and look at the charts, and you have no idea where you are. It's certainly not Corellia.
And I turn to
Not
Zan and
Corellia?
say, Zan, I don't think we're correct. We're near Corellia anymore.
I will take your word for it. I don't know where Corellia is.
True.
Are
I
you
basically
gonna
traded
place us
favors.
somewhere?
I'm gonna what?
I'm asking the GM, are you gonna play something for us? Or are we
yeah. But do you want to try and figure out where you are?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Can I do another astrogation check?
Yeah, so it's going to be another astrogation check.
Difficulty?
It's going to be a hard difficulty. You guys ended up in a place that you were not supposed to be able to go to.
What's your maybe I can
Two.
assist. What's your
My astrogation is 2.
Oh,
do you have what's your
I see
int?
where this is going.
What's my what?
Your int.
3.
Okay. So I just add a blue die then.
Okay.
You're helping me. Thank you, all wise Jedi.
Maybe I'll
It's
get some
two-
insight
I
from
don't
the
know.
force.
I think it's 2 blue die for your species. Is that correct? When
Oh, me?
unskilled assistants, I think
Right, unskilled.
Tagrutas are,
Oh, do
Two
Takrutas
blue
get, they can add?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think.
I can figure this out pretty quickly. Give me a
Yeah, let's figure out where
second.
the Tagruta
Oh, I guess they
rules are.
do give 2
Yeah, because they're tribal.
when performing the assist
Oh,
maneuver. Takrutas
nice.
grant 2 instead of 1.
Yeah.
Kai, are you some kind of weird encyclopedia?
Yeah,
he really is.
guy.
What do Shivistons do?
Sorry, what?
Okay, fine.
Um,
I'm over
He
it.
didn't hear you. Come on,
Okay,
ask
so
him.
I'll add 2 then.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 blue dice, and it's a hard check, but go ahead and make that roll for me. Dash.
Oh, there's
careful.
nothing that can challenge the dash.
So you know where you are, but you're not sure how you got there.
Places? I want to know.
So again, you're in a ship that star charts are extremely outdated, right? They're like 100 years outdated, and normally they update them every year, right? Just because of drift in space and stuff like that. But there are locations within the galaxy that don't have as much variance as far as where they are, because just the way that the galaxy spins and rotates, there are definitely certain areas that are more static than others.
Let's see how
And-
far I went.
I think you realize that you appear to be in the deep core.
Oh,
And
wait. This could be good or this could be very bad.
I'm thinking best.
Please tell me we're at least close to Typhon.
no.
Typhon.
You're pretty
My whole
certain.
world is a Jedi.
You're pretty certain that. Well, you know, right? You look it up and you have to translate some names, and you look around and you run the scanners, and you realize that you are within a short trip from the planet Biss.
God damn it! I knew that was.
Yeah.
Am I just feeling evil, like really uncomfortable?
Yeah,
all the
and I think
time?
that the assistant, like the 2 blue dice here, is not only from your race, but also you feel really uncomfortable.
Oh, is
Zian.
it because Sif and shit?
Yeah.
This was the Emperor's private, like,
so right.
torture world.
Yeah, Biss is
Right.
the 500 years ago. Biss was the now. You guys have probably heard stories of this place.
Hey, but at least we're close.
It's yeah, you're close. So you feel this kind of echo that resonates through the Force, at least the Force as you understand it. And you get that like kind of stomach twisting in knots feeling. And you know that you have to like get out of here.
Yeah.
And Dash, for you, you're like, you probably have all the names and stuff, and you're like, I don't know what a whole lot of that means, but you don't get that sort of feeling, except for the fact that you're not in the right place, and you're probably thanking your lucky stars, quite literally, that you didn't fly into a sun.
Good thing.
So what's the interaction there? What do you say?
We have to go now.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get out of here.
No, like you don't now. Just plot a course now. Do it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to figure out if I can find Corellia.
Yeah. So you've made a success. You can have a course plotted, right?
Yes.
And you could make it to Corellia. It's going to take like a couple of jumps because navigating through the deep core is almost as hard as navigating through wild space, because navigating through the deep core requires a lot of smaller jumps that kind of move around.
Okay. Do I roll anything?
So no. I'm going to use your previous astrogation roll to know where you are,
Okay.
because knowing where you are makes it easy to know where you're going. And as the ship kind of pivots and turns, and we see the lines begin to light up, Zian and Dash, you both feel as though you're being watched. And I think that Zian, maybe you even go so much as to like turn around. And has Zian ever seen a force vision before?
No, he has not.
Okay.
Oh.
Zian,
Right.
in the darkness of the hallway behind you, there appears to be the only thing visible is there are two floating bluish orbs that appear to look like they're kind of on fire, almost with that whitish bluish flame. And as they come more into focus, as you see them, they appear to be eyes, and they appear to be looking at you quizzically. And right as the jump to hyperspace punches, they turn to you and just look, and then they fade away as you enter hyperspace.
Spooky.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That I will attempt to get in contact with my master and let him know what happened.
And I think that I need you to make me a roll too, because this is very disconcerting. So I think it's a discipline roll.
Okay.
And since it's going to be average, but since you've never seen anything like this before, I'm going to add a black dice because it's a little bit. So you're under a stressful situation as well.
All right.
And I think that it's going to be. We're going to add some conflict if you fail here. Just FYI.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
All right.
So go ahead and roll whenever you're ready. No, you're fine.
Sounds good job.
You're able to maintain your composure and not fall to fear or whatever else may be affecting you in that
fear
particular
effects,
moment.
Fun.
Yeah. But it does make you curious, because you still get the feeling, you're just able to control it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, cool.
Sounds like a good place to scavenge.
Yeah, you should go back there. However, Dash, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you write in the notes of your character sheet, or take a note somewhere that says, just put course to Biss. Since you've been here before, and even though it was a mistake, you now know coordinates. You think you could probably navigate back here if you had to.
It's a bad idea.
So it's just like, do not write that note. Forget he said that. You don't need that.
Zian is very conflicted. He is very tempted to erase the nav computer on that.
And maybe we'll deal with that next week. Appropriate. Thank you for signaling the buzzer truck. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on outside my house?
That's fantastic.
That was the best timing ever.
So I think that the final scene that we see after all of that, we see all of you have arrived back on Corellia. You've linked up again because there's this like crazy thing that happened, right? And you're able to. I assume you're turning in the rental, Dash, and we don't need to like role play all of that out.
I think we need to fix this with mechanic I know as well.
Yeah, and we could do all that next week, but I just want to make sure like the group gets back together and there's this you've completed your first mission together, and got out relatively unscathed. To be fair, relatively unscathed. So next week we'll pick up.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I was gonna say when we get in contact through comms, rental. This is close call. We're in vicinity. I say that, and Jack steers it.
Yeah, and again, we can play all that out. I just want the montage scene of everybody getting back together before we end.
And as Dash sees it, he says the famous line. You know what it is. Come on, it was a rental.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we see Dash lose like pulling out his hair with all of the scratches.
Are we just gonna say like we return the rental, we move all of our shit onto the E9, that's all done, or are we gonna deal with that next session?
So yeah, all the stuff's on the E9. Next session we will probably deal with like because registering the ship is going to be like a small minor thing, and it's probably going to require not just one of you to put their names on it. Like or one of you maybe to put your names on it, but you might have to combine resources, and also we'll have to come up with a sufficient reason for the group of you to travel again together. Maybe there's some other things, because I have some good ideas, and I know that one of you is beholden to Mouse at this point, and you guys always need a pilot. So I've got a good idea of what we can do to progress. So don't worry about all that.
When we land the Lambda, Kin will walk over to Jax and put his hand on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And just thank you.
I'll look to him and I'll say, anytime. I like you. I like you too. You're my kind of people. And I look sheepishly and say, droid.
Kin just looks down and then walks off.
Cool.
I kind of want to have a scene, and it's like no, I kind of don't want to say it as we're making contact. It's like as we land and Zan is beside me, I say, "Friends, meet the close call."
Would you like
just end up all staring at the ship? Yeah.
Cool.
Makes sense.
So I think that for completing this mission with getting out unscathed, I'm going to give everybody a little bonus in XP, similar to how we did the first session. So I think 15 experience to everybody is a good amount.
Hell yeah.
Things will slow down once we get into more like, more of the
minor stuff,
and other kinds of things we need to do. But I think you guys all deserve 15 experience this particular session, because it was super epic. Cool, awesome. I hope you guys all had fun. Any final notes from everybody? From anybody?
It was awesome.
I think Zian has gained some conflict by being a party to killing a bunch of people.
Let's talk
Even
about that.
Even if he wasn't responsible for it.
Yeah, it's like in the eyes of the law, you're still an accomplice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that maybe some conflict there is appropriate. Now, Mouse luckily did save some, so there wasn't as much damage. I would say that 3 conflict is appropriate for this session. For taking the shot and actually shooting something being 1, and then I think 3 is appropriate.
Yeah. What about Dash? Do you have conflict, or do they
You're not a Jedi. It doesn't matter for you.
Yeah. So once you become if you become a Force sensitive, then it'll matter for conflict.
Okay. Do I have obligation?
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe the whole incident, just overall, like the stress of it kind of gets to you a little bit, and you get a little twitch or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, you actually lose 1. You gained 10 last time though, so you're still like, it doesn't affect you overall all that much. But relative to how the session went, I think that's probably appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That was awesome. That was a little bit of everything. That was
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of everything, and it's only going to get smoother from here on out, because it's the first time we really did like split up epic events like that.
I just imagine as I say that and they say cool, there's the Clone Wars thing where it kind of like hands and closes, and then there's the ending music and roll credits or something for the Clone Wars, the CGI show.
Yeah. We're just all standing looking at the new ship.
Yeah, that's
zooming out
exactly
on the group.
exactly how it goes in my mind. Is you're all just standing looking at the new ship, and certainly have some things to pull us into another mission next time, maybe.
I think we also need to update and furnish this thing because we didn't check if there's beds. Because there are actually beds, and that's great.
Yeah, there's like 5 beds.
4 beds.
Yeah, there's enough
maybe.
for all of you.
6.
We'll see
I
if
didn't.
the deck plans are.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah,
I specifically, for all of your knowledge, I specifically chose these 4 ships to work if you had chosen any of them. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Specifically, I made it so that that is all worked out already.
It fits my jacket.
Yeah, so the one you have, just for your knowledge as well, the one you have can hold 8 people, 4 actual positions, and then 4 passengers.
Cool.
I mean, we have 4 each individual bunks, a kitchen, a lounge, which is great. We have labs and a library. What are the labs for anyway? Just stuff?
Yeah,
I think that was
whatever
specific to this specific one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
There need to be labs.
it's completely base. The cool thing about the ship that you guys have is it does have 4 customization hardpoints. So if you guys make some credits, you could.
We can add all those.
Yeah, you could upgrade it by making some credits and.
But things like
upgrades.
where it says lab and main lab and library, like I'm assuming those are for our purposes just empty rooms at this stage.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
Cool.
Correct.
Cool.
This is gonna be our home, boys.
Well, glad you all had fun.
So just for my personal notes from last session, I had marked down that I found boxes of salvaged goods.
Yep. We can deal with that next session as well. Getting
those. I don't have them anymore, do I?
Oh yeah, I don't think you guys actually loaded them.
Because I asked Kin to take him off the fire spray for me.
So,
but at that we hadn't ever picked the ship at that point, so they never got loaded anywhere.
Here's the deal: if next session you want to have them, you could always spend a destiny point.
That just seems dodgy.
Next time.
That just seems super dodgy.
I mean, that's what it's for.
That's exactly
literally
what it's for.
one of the functions of Destiny.
Yeah, Deus Ex Machina. Just make a thing have happened.
I was just gonna ask if you had an idea of what kind of salvage they were specifically.
Well, it was mostly just like ship parts salvage.
So salvage goods.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It would net you guys some credits for sure.
Yeah, but you have the data.
Yeah,
correct.
The data I have, because I put that in my bag.
That's the important
That's
part.
what I care about. That's why I'm...
And Kin has the droid brain.
And Mouse has the boot.
Correct.
And
the droid had and I was gonna say, and Dash has the ship. And Zian has...
And the Jedi
Zian has an uncomfortable feeling and the address to somewhere he never wants to go ever again.
Zian has an uncomfortable feeling.
Gonna make sure that I stay with the group so that nobody goes there ever.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
I go there and you're like, you madman.
Yeah.
You made me
Yeah, the reason for you staying with the group is literally now to make sure nobody else ever goes there.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we have to. Like, it's
money.
Unless the destiny
let's be honest, at some point we're gonna go back there.
Oh, hell yes.
Just... Let's get like
That's
a couple.
Just how games work.
Let's get a couple hundred more experience before we maybe go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
Couple hundred. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Maybe a lightsaber.
Maybe a lightsaber, and maybe
I'll be terrible at it, but it'll be a little good.
Hey, that's what extra specializations are for, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you can get okay at it.
And as I have my ship, I officially call myself Captain Dash. It's official.
Great.
And Jax's big guns, you're my official gunner. Since you
I don't think anyone else will call you Captain, but sure.
If you don't call me Captain, I'll
call you Captain Dash.
I'd like to imagine that you get embroidered on your jacket, Captain, and just everybody's like, "What?"
Yeah, I pistol whip you.
Anyway.
You off my ship in 2 days. Fuck you.
Anyway, hella fun, guys. I'm gonna do outro. Thank you all for being here. Same time next week. Everybody good with that?
Yeah,
cool. That was awesome.
Awesome.
Really good.
Glad
fun.
you guys enjoyed. Well,
I'm gonna watch the outro because I have nothing better to do.
see you next week, guys. Thanks for showing up.
me too.
Yeah.
See you.
Bye. All right, stream. I'm glad you all could be here. This was a hell of a lot of fun. I couldn't ask for a better group, I think. Certainly awesome. Thank you for all in chat who came out, showed your love. I really appreciate that. Next week we'll be playing at a reasonable time for everyone that's present. If you're here on YouTube, thank you. Welcome. Hope you all enjoyed. This is gonna be a really fun game. I like it already. It's gonna be real fun. So that's all I have. If you are interested in more RPG stuff, you can always check out everything else here on Twitch or YouTube. 3 shows total now. Getting into we're gonna start new seasons and arcs of other shows. So there you go. That's something interesting. You can always check that out. But I think that's it. Hope you all had fun. See you later. Bye bye.